monologue, did you get it from any particular place, from any particular movie or play? Jason, can you mute yourself? Because I think I'm hearing feedback from you. Okay, good, great. Okay, great. Isabella?
I'm gonna mute myself too.
Where did you get your monologue from?
Well, I got it from a movie.
Which one?
Frozen 2.
Frozen 2. All right, great. Okay, great. So let me spotlight Isabella right now. And we're gonna watch Isabella do her monologue. Where is she? Hold on a second. You're like jumping around on me. Hold on one second. There you are. Hold on. Guys, I'm spotlighting Isabella. All right, here we are. Everybody sees Isabella nice and big. And now it's your turn, Isabella. Why don't you go ahead and start your monologue? Take your time. This is your time, okay? Look right into the camera and give me that monologue.
Olaf? Elsa? What do I do now? I've seen that before, but not like this. This is cold. This is empty. This is numb. The life I knew is over. The nights are out. Hello, darkness. I'm ready to succumb. I follow you around. I've always have. But you've gone to a place I cannot find. This grief has a gravity that pulls me down. But a tiny voice whispers in my mind. You were lost. Hope is gone. But you must go on and do the next right thing. Can there be a day beyond this night? I don't know anymore what is true. I can't find my direction. I'm all alone. The only star that guided me was you. How to ride from the floor when it's not you I'm rising for. Just do the next right thing. Take a step. Step again is all that I can. To do the next right thing. I won't look too far ahead. It's too much for me to take. But break it down to this next breath. This next step. This next choice is one that I can make. So I walk through this night, stumbling blindly toward the light, and do the next right thing. With the dawn, what comes then? When it's clear that everything would never be the same again. Then I'll make the choice to hear that voice and do the next right thing.
First of all, let me just say that that was amazing for so many reasons because you are so young. How old are you?
7.
You're 7 years old and you just learned that monologue. And that is a very big deal in this industry because when I have people come into my office, sometimes they don't know their lines. And if they don't know their lines, look, if they don't know their lines, they're doing themselves a disservice because the more you know them, the more you can inhabit your character, right? So if you really know them and you know them by heart, you're able to make decisions about those lines and find the moments. So there was, can you start from the point of break it down? When you said break it down, can you start from there and come closer to the camera?
Is this
you know, the camera's just a little low. Go a little bit further back. A little bit further back. There, right there. Okay. Because ideally, I want to see this frame. Like you see what you see of me right up to here? It's called a medium, right? It's a medium close-up shot so that you can see me and I could see, and really my face is really what is prominent. So start from the break it down. Can you start from those lines?
But break it down to this next breath, this next step, this next choice is one that I can make. So I'll walk through this night, stumbling blindly toward the light, and do the next right thing. And with the dawn, what comes then? When it's clear that everything would never be the same again.
Okay, stop right there. All right, did everybody just see how like much her everything changed for her right there? You just did the monologue so much better from that point because number one, we were able to see you better, right? And if you do it again, we're going to see another change. So I'm going to just have you do another couple of lines again. And I want you to really think about what you're saying. Break it down. What's my choice? Think about it. Don't just say the lines, but think about it. Break it down. What are you breaking down? The next step. And really think about it so that we feel those lines when you say them. Go ahead. Try it again from that point. Break it down. Break it down. Tell me to break it down. Go ahead. You tell me. Break it down. What's my next choice? Tell me. Go ahead. Start from there again.
Break it down to this next breath, this next step, this next choice is one that I can make. So I'll walk through this night, stumbling blindly toward the light, and do the next right thing. And with the dawn, what comes then? When it's clear that everything would never be the same again.
That was great. Okay, that was so much better. See, you're getting so much better as the time goes on. The one thing that I'm going to say to you to be careful, right? So when at the end, when you put, when you said, you know, when you made that gesture for your hand, you did it every time, right? You don't want to do the same thing every time. You want to live in every moment, and every moment is different. So you don't want to practice those hand things that you want to do, because the more you do them, the more robotic they are. You know, let yourself be free in that. Okay, I do want to see this monologue again, but you know, for now, what we're going to do is, you know, I'm going to make sure that you have my information, and I want to see that monologue again on another day. And now, instead of going to your sister, instead of going like younger person, I want to move on to an adult. And I think I want to move on to Geneva. Geneva, are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it, I guess.
Okay, great. All right, I'm going to spotlight Geneva, Isabella, and then I'm going to come back to Selena, okay? But stay on with us, have a look. Let's check out Geneva, because she really, I'm looking forward to seeing what she has. Hold on, I'm just going to spotlight your video. Yeah. I'm getting used to all this stuff. Spotlight video. There you are. Okay,
Wow.
great. All right. Yeah. Wow. You really improved your lighting situation.
Yeah, it's just like I just kind of moved upstairs. I think there's like better lighting, and I have like a lamp right.
Yeah. When the light faces you and there's dark behind you, you're always going to be in better light. And I give I just put it on the internet for how people can self-record, and it can be better, like no frills self-recording. And even if you're just using an iPhone, you don't want to be in darkness.
Right.
Okay. And these days, a lot of the things that we're doing are actually virtual casting. So people have to self-tape all the time. So this is like good practice for that, because now you're looking at yourself and you could see, you could even screen record this for yourself so that you see this forever and like know what you're doing. See yourself and judge yourself. Critique your own moves. I say to actors a lot, record yourself, because if you're recording yourself, it's only for yourself. You look at yourself and you could see, oh, that looked kind of weird. When I look that way, I look way too far off camera. So you're your best judge. And these days, just record yourself. That's the best way to go. So Geneva, where is your monologue from?
Well, I got it on a website. I'm so sorry, I forgot the name of the writer. But yeah, it was one of the writers that I looked up, and I really connected like with this monologue. So yeah.
How long have you been acting?
It's so crazy because like I do like little, I guess, acting things here and there. Like I did some like interpretation events when I was in speech and debate. I just recently just became a theater minor. I don't know, just always like appealed to me, just like watching movies and like film and just, I don't know, just kind of like getting into like actors and just how they think and just the work they do is just amazing to me. And
Are you based in New York?
No, I'm from Vegas.
Oh, right, Vegas. That's right. You said that before when we were talking about your window. All right, great. So make sure that you put yourself on actorsaccess.com and castingnetworks.com. That's for every actor. I always say the best way to see what work is available is to make sure that you put yourself on there, create full profiles. Because when I, as a casting director, put stuff out there, I put it out not just to the agents and the managers, I actually put it out to the actors as well. Because sometimes the actor, all the time, the actor will best represent themselves. And sometimes the agents they represent so many people and they're like, okay, I don't want to like just submit 100 people. I have to submit 20. So that's what they submit. And then sometimes they miss people that they should have submitted. So make sure that you have full, robust accounts on Actors Access and Casting Networks so that when the breakdowns come out and they match your profile, those emails are sent to you. You can look at the work and submit if you're right for it, if you care to try out for that job. Okay? All right, Geneva's going to do her monologue now. Geneva, you're going to sit like that? You want to stand? What do you want to do?
Yeah, so I'm going to sit like this, but as like a little prop, I guess I have like a little mug. I don't know if you guys could see it in here, because honestly, if I bend too much, it might cut it off. But if not, that's
okay. We don't see it, but don't worry about that because, well, let's see your monologue. I'm just going to see your monologue. Everybody, let's enjoy Geneva Williams.
All right, cool. All right. It hasn't happened for quite some time. It's been years since I had that feeling. You know, when a man looks at you, looks away, then gives you that second look. It's that second look that validates something for me as a woman. Now, I'm not saying I need a man to salivate over me, anything like that. It's just, I haven't got that second look in a long time. And I began to feel a little inadequate. Even on a lousy day, I would get a second look. Now I'm even lucky if I even get a first look. Can I ask you a question? Have my looks changed? Am I as attractive as I used to be? You know, just don't answer my question. Just don't answer my questions. It's all too much, really. I'm all right. It's just, I don't know. I'm not looking for comfort or isolation. I just want to turn a man on, you know. I just want to know if I can still appeal to men in an intellectual way, but in an attractive way. Or if men are even still interested in me in that kind of way. That's all. All right, singing.
Nice, 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 nice. Good. You know, I found a lot of humor in the words, but not as much in the performance. Like there was some, I would love to like be reading it while you were, I would love to like have it while you were saying it, because what I like to do and what I like to say to people in the material is always find levels. So you want to find humor, you want to find the drama, you want to find all these little nooks and crannies that involve the change, because you want to take people on this journey, right? And I do love the monologue. I think it's beautiful for you. And I think there's a lot more that you can discover from the monologue, especially the funny lines. Like there's a rule in comedy faster and louder. Faster and louder. Anytime you want to do something funny, faster and louder. That's it. And anytime that you're auditioning, they're always going to say, you know, speed it up, speed it up, speed it up. So let's try that. Let's try it faster and louder. Let's see what happens. Because I think that monologue can be funny and have some drama because she feels sad.
Yeah.
But let's see what it feels like faster and louder.
Okay, cool. Right. It hasn't happened for quite some time. I've been thinking about this all day, and it's been years since I had that feeling. You know, when a man looks at you, looks away, then gives you that second look. Now, it's that second look that validates something for me as a woman.
All right, wait. I love it. I love it. All right, already faster and louder. Now I want you to do this. That second look, you know that second look, right? When you do that second look, give me that man's second look. Even though faster and louder, right? Faster and louder, then, you know, that second look, that, you know, whatever that second look is, whatever you know that second look to be, add that. Give me the look, let me see the look, and then proceed.
Oh, cool. So start from that line?
Yeah, start from the beginning.
You know, when a man looks at you, looks away, then gives you that second look, that's something that just validates me as a woman. Yeah, so like that.
Just looks away, then gives me that second look. What's the second look that they give you?
I guess it's kind of like that.
Right. Okay, so let's choose that. So choose that and make him give you like that stare, you know, like, and pause. You know how a man like looks at you like, now hold that and then go back into it. Let us land on that moment. That's going to be a really special moment in your monologue. Okay? Let the moment happen. Wait for it. Let it happen. Experience it. You know, that second look. But it hasn't happened in a long time. You see what's going to happen there? The pause is going to make us want more. And watching you do that is going to make us recall the time that the man gave us the second look. Or if you're a man, that you gave the second look to a woman. So let's try it again.
All right. You know that second look when a man...
No, start from the beginning because I want you to have the whole thing, the presence of it.
Right. Okay, got you. It hasn't happened for quite some time. I've been thinking about this all day, and it's been a while since... Sorry, let me start again. I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Okay, cool. It hasn't happened for quite some time. It's been a while. Oh, sorry. It's been quite some time. I've been thinking about this all day, and it's been years since I had that feeling. You know, when a man looks at you, looks away, then gives you that second look. It's that second look that validates something for me as a woman. Now, I'm not saying I need a man to salivate over me or anything like that. It's just I haven't gotten that look in quite a while, and I began to feel a little inadequate. I mean, even on a lousy day, I get a second look. Now I'm even lucky if I even get a first look. Can I ask you something? Have my looks changed? Am I attractive as I used to be? No, just don't answer my question. Just don't. No. It's honestly, it's all too much, really. It's I'm all right. It's just, I don't know. I'm not looking for comfort or consolation. I just want to know if I can still appeal to a man, you know, not like in an intellectual way, but in an attractive way. I want to know if I can still turn a man on, you know? Or in fact, if a man's still even interested in me in that way. That's all. All right, see.
OMG, that just went from like 1 to 10. That was so much bigger, brighter. It made me laugh. I felt you just the faster and louder aspect of it. I hope that you're recording this so that you could see the change. And
no, I did. Oh, sorry, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you. But yeah, I did a couple of, before I went on with you, I did a couple of takes.
Oh, good. Okay, but take it like that too, so that now you see the change, have the look. Like I wanted to laugh out loud right there. I didn't want to interrupt you, but be ready for when people laugh. That's another thing. When you're performing a monologue, I remember when I was performing Brownsville Bred, the psychology of an audience is involved with the laughter. So they are afraid, the audience is afraid that they will mess you up if they laugh. So the best thing that could happen is somebody laughs really loud and annoyingly, and you're not messing up. And then all of a sudden, the entire audience feels free to laugh. They have been given permission. So when I went recently with my husband to a play, I'm a big, not that recently because of COVID, but I'm a big fan. I'm a fan of people. And if I'm a fan, I'm going to let you know. And when somebody's up there performing, I was like, yeah, woo, woo. My husband said, you're embarrassing. I was like, you know what? By the end of the performance, this whole room is going to be doing that because I just gave them permission. And sure enough, it was like they didn't stop clapping. It was like they had to pause performance because the clapping and the laughing was so loud. Always let your audience laugh, because if you continue speaking when they are laughing, basically what you're doing is this: don't laugh, don't laugh, I got to continue. You don't want to scold your audience into making you speak. You want to really let them enjoy with you and feel it, and then you can go back, so those are important things to remember. I'll tell you, when an audience laughs, there's no better feeling in the world. And you just made me laugh. I was trying not to laugh out loud because I don't know how experienced you are.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you one more story about laughing. A long time ago, I was up for a big series regular role, and they flew me out to Los Angeles, and it was a sitcom, and it was like the lead female, like the wife of the guy who was the comedian who the story was about. And I definitely performed great, but then I was so inexperienced. And in the room, we were up there, the whole network was there, everybody, the director was there, and we had been rehearsing with the director. The director was just like, okay, 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 while we were rehearsing. Then in the room, we started doing it for the people, and the director was laughing so loud that it was jarring me. And it was because I was green. If I knew then what I know now, I would have let it land and then continue. But his laughter was not correct, because he really should have done that in the rehearsal. He was laughing for the sake of laughing, to let the audience know, like, okay, this is the funny part. This is when we're going to have the studio laughing part. So very great what you did. I laughed. I felt it. I love the monologue for you. I love the fact that you got angry. It was funny. And then you're like, wait, don't answer that. You got so much faster that it became so much more natural. It felt like you felt like it was really your monologue. And then at the end, there's a moment for real sadness. So you could even bring that even sadder in that monologue. But that is a great monologue. And I highly recommend that you continue working on that monologue. And if you do not have anything that represents who you are as an actor for film on any of those casting platforms that I mentioned, Actors Access, Casting Networks, there's a ton of them, Casting Frontier, I highly recommend that you put yourself on tape and just have it up there, because that is a good monologue, and it will tell people, yes, I should see more of her. And you're someone that people wants to see more of. There's not enough diversity out there. And you're someone that I would want to see more of. And I cast a lot of diversity in my stuff. That's why people find me, they come to me. It's always like, a lot of the times, if it's a new client, it's because of diversity, and they want that. And I'm going to say it. Anytime that I cast something that is Caucasian, like just Caucasian, English, straight, 20 to 25-year-olds, I'm getting like 2,000 submissions inside of an hour. But if it's something that's Latino, African American, Asian, those proportions for me go way down. So maybe I have 200 Latinos to choose from. You see how much better our chances are? But so the work has to be there, of course. So there's not enough work for us. But when there is work for us, if you can excel you're going to rise very quickly. Okay. And you definitely have the potential, Geneva. So thank you so much. That was awesome.
Thank you.
Definitely keep in touch with me because I want to know what you're doing. I don't cast a lot in Las Vegas, but I know there are a lot of shows out there. So maybe there's a lot out there. I just don't know it. So, okay. So, let's go to another person here. How about Isabella Velasquez? Isabella Velasquez, do you want to go now? Okay, great. Spotlight your video. Thank you, Geneva.
Hello.
All right. Hi. So everybody, Isabella Velasquez is going to she got a part in my next film. So Isabella Velasquez is actually going to play, and she's actually my cover girl in my book, Brownsville Bred Dreaming Out Loud. This is my book, and she's the cover girl there. And she's really an inspiring young talent. And she's been working a little bit on my monologue from Brownsville Bred. So that's what Isabella is going to do for us tonight. And I know she didn't have a lot of time to rehearse it. And I didn't rehearse it with her for this, but she's going to do a small portion of the beginning of my one-woman show, Brownsville Bred. How are you doing, Isabella? You ready?
Yes.
Okay, tell everybody how old you are.
Well, I'm 9 years old, and I'm from Miami Beach.
Okay, great. All right, are you ready?
Yes, totally.
Okay, take your time.
Okay. 301 Soda Avenue, between Rockaway and Mother Gaston, Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York. The Langston Hughes projects are the 3 tallest buildings in all of East New York. Each 22 stories high, with 8 apartments per floor, and whose average household has more than 6 people. That's more than 3,000 people living on one city block, yo. That's where I live. In apartment 12F, with me, my mommy, my papi, and my brothers and sister. Well, they're not my whole brothers and sister. I found that out about 5 years ago, after I started kindergarten, on account of we got different last names. See, my mommy, she had got married when she was 17 to this dude named Lefty. He used to beat her. Then, Lefty left her with 3 little kids. But that's when she met my papi, and they had me.
Excellent. That was great. That was really, really special. So, of course, that monologue means so much to me, and Isabella doing it means so much to me. It's a little unfair for me to be able to say anything about it because, of course, I'm a huge fan, and really, the monologue. If you think about it, the fact that I wrote the monologue, so I can talk about it in real detail. The fact that she's talking about all of these things very matter-of-factly, and then she talks about her mother having gotten beaten, that her mother left her, that her mother's first husband used to beat her, and then he left her. So in a monologue, whenever you're choosing your monologue, make sure that it has all of those levels, like Geneva's had all of those levels of choice, of like, okay, here's a good, nice down moment for me to live in it. But in the case of this character, she actually doesn't have to live in it because she's just a kid. So kids, there's forgiveness for children because we immediately feel an empathy for the child. We can forgive a child easily. This is in terms of characters. So definitely for kids who are coming up in this industry, if you're able to even memorize lines like that, and like the other Isabella did, and like Selena, I'm sure, is going to do, those things really make you already that much, you're already on top of many more people than that are out there. Trust me, because I see a lot of them, and I especially work with a lot of children. So children are very special to work with. And Isabella, I thank you so much for doing that. You're wonderful. And it's unfair for me to critique anything that I wrote, but I just wanted to, I wanted people to experience you doing it because I thought That is really special and good practice. Okay. All right. Terrific. All right. Now I am going to move on to Victor Camejo right now. Victor, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being brave. We had a lot of people that signed up, and some people, you know, it's scary. It's scary up here. You're putting yourself out there. And I always say, you know, be brave, make your choices wrong but strong. So that's a good motto to keep, wrong but strong. So so let's see what Victor Camejo has to do. Let me spotlight Victor's video. Here we go. Here he is. Okay,
Hello,
Victor, are you
yes.
ready?
Yeah, do you want me to tell you something about
Yes. First of all, tell me where you're based.
Right now, I am in Miami because I was in New York and I fly this morning to Miami just for today and come back Thursday to New York again. I am working in New York right now, but I booked something here in Miami and I just come straight to Miami.
Oh, that's amazing. So you are a working actor.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay, terrific. Is it a film, a commercial? What did you book?
It's a show. They are filming since March.
So
And
it's a series.
Yes, it's a series, and they are making the whole series, and they are going to try to sell the pilot. And it's somewhat interesting. They have everything ready.
Okay, that's amazing. All right, great. Well, I'm based in Miami a lot, so I do a lot of work out of Miami and New York. So I'm excited to hear you. Where's your monologue from?
It's from a book. It's the best men's monologues from New Place 2016.
And what is the play that you chose? What is the monologue play that you chose?
It's a comedy, regular. I love more drama or pieza, but I want to talk about this monologue because it's talking about some men that they believe that they know too much, but
all right, don't tell us any more about that because we want to hear it.
All right.
All right, let's hear it, and then we'll talk about it after that.
Okay, I just cut it a little because it was a little long and I cut it.
Whatever, however long.
Good night, gentlemen. Are you ready for tonight? This evening, we will talk about relationships. Okay. Relationship, woman's first date. What's the key word that you will never hear in any other seminar? Silence. Women love it. Why? Because it could mean that you are thinking. Okay, next word, eyes. It's eyes open, mouth shut, except for my Sir Hot Mr. Casanova rules of romance. The smile. Top 4 masculine smile. Indoor. Outdoor. Hair door. Car door. Okay, let's move on. Restaurant. Okay, let's hear it. Red Lobster. Or do you want to spend $60 on some woman that you may never see again? Okay, rule 2. Never sit at a dirty table. Why? 1, the temptation of leftover rolls. And 2, the tip. It could be bigger than anything you ever lived. So why make yourself look cheaper than you already are? Okay, conversation. Who talks? She talks. Because if you knew what to say, would you be here sitting and quite often? So if she starts with, tell me about yourself, you repose with, well, there isn't that much to know, and it takes me a while to open up, to trust again. Tell me about you. Modest, humble, sweet, and deep. Okay, 3 rules you must follow during a conversation. Listen, nod, and please, guys, come on. Keep your eyes above the bosom. And if you, come on, guys, if you are going to flirt with the waitress, wait, at least she's going to the restroom. And if you have a waiter, be nice to him. So he will feel guilty when he flirts with her. Okay? Do this and she will want you for sure. For the reason you are paying me tonight. Okay, class. Next week, our final class. Mr. Casanova, 2-hour seminar. How to handle rejection with testimonial, visual aids, and several emergency phone numbers. Okay, thank you, lovers. Happy hair hunting. Private counseling is available. And maybe you may stay and applaud. Huh? Maybe you may stay and applaud. Huh? Come on, guys. I just teach you the rules of the game and you can't even stand and applaud. I need my pills. I need my pills. Nurse! Nurse!
Awesome. That was the scene, right?
Yeah.
Great. So we see by the end of it, yes, let's give him some applause. So we see by the end of it that he's a mental patient, right?
That is what?
That you're a mental patient?
Yes, exactly.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
And
That's the twist.
yes, that's the twist. No, I love it. I love that. You know, I was going to say something that I learned a while ago, and the late, great, may he rest in peace, Win Handman, who's a big teacher in New York, was, and always will be. I remember whenever I was having trouble with something, or somebody who knew another language was having trouble with something, there was a wonderful young actress, her name was Anna Podolak. And whenever she had lines that weren't working for her, he would say to us, speak them in your language. So you did an amazing job. That was really wonderful. I love the monologue. And I would say, try to, when you're working on it more, try to do it in Spanish, right? Spanish is your first language. Yeah. Do it in Spanish, because I bet you're going to find even more moments, because the language is going to draw you there, because it's what we are is what we're acting, right? The only thing that we can bring to it that another actor can't bring is one thing: us, right? So that's why I always say it's not whether or not you did the part the best, it's whether or not you were best for that part. It's not always the best actor that gets it, it's somebody whose essence is it, right? So I always say to people, always start it, do it in your language, and let's see what that brings up in you. Because I wonder if you even practiced it in Spanish. Did you even think about that?
No.
Okay.
Never.
I wonder what would happen, and how much beauty and range you're going to be able to find even deeper. And then, so for this monologue specifically, you started out and you said gentlemen, and you only went gentlemen this way, right? Gentlemen, let me tell you, here's the thing, right? But
okay.
let's watch this. Look, gentlemen, I'm going to tell you, right? So here we are living with you. We have to watch what you're watching, even though we don't see it. We have to know what you're watching based on not just what you're saying, but what you're living.
Okay.
Right? So let's do two things. Let's do that. Let's do the beginning of it with the gentleman like that, up until the silent moment. Remember when you said something like the silence? And this time with the silence, hold the silence. Because the waiting that you're going to make us do can be very funny.
Okay.
That can be really funny in that monologue
Okay.
if you make us wait for it.
Okay.
You know, so do it from there, from the gentleman to the silence. And I want you to just do the first 2 sentences in Spanish.
Okay.
All right, let's.
I'm sorry. In the wrist, a little down from the beginning.
In the what?
The wrist, el ritmo.
No, I thought I didn't have any problem with your rhythm whatsoever throughout the whole thing. Like
Okay.
I didn't like say that. The only thing that I thought like, okay, here's a moment. Remember what we talked about? Find those moments. And there's moments everywhere, levels, moments everywhere. We have to dig into that and find it, because that's going to be the difference between you getting the part and not getting the part, or someone else getting the part, is that they found that moment, right?
Okay.
So just from there to the silence, I feel like the silent is going to be really funny. So let's see what that happens. But first 2 sentences in Spanish. And remember to look at everybody.
Buenas noches, caballeros. This evening, we will talk about relationships. Woman, first date. What's the key word that you will never hear in any other seminar? Women love it. Why? Because it could mean that you are thinking.
That was great. Yes, you see that? Like I was laughing right away when you and you could have said the silence part, or wherever the line was, the silence.
Okay.
And if you listen to the silence, take a moment, listen to the silence. You don't have to do all of that. The silence. Listen to the silence. And then we're listening to nothing, but that's like funny, right? Like listen to it. Oh, it's so good. Right? Nothing. That there is a moment for you. So that's great. And then because you have an accent, I'm going to say this. I remember there was a wonderful actress who came in. Her name was Ana Isabel. She's pretty famous now. And she's a singer. She's a wonderful actress. And I was auditioning for a series that I did called the Bodega series. And she walked in, she was absolutely stunning as she is today, absolutely gorgeous, perfect for the part physically. And she performed beautifully, really an amazing performance. And she had an accent. And the character was a girl who is a part of a family, and she was from Brooklyn. So the family was from Brooklyn, she was from Brooklyn, her brother was from Brooklyn, and a lot of the premise was the fact that they were in Brooklyn. So she apologized over and over again to me. I'm so sorry, I'm working on my accent, and I said to her, don't bother. You are going to work. You're going to work, and you're going to work all the time, because you just gave such a fantastic performance. You're not going to get this job because this girl is from Brooklyn, but I'm so glad that I saw you, because you're going to work all the time. And she has been working consistently. She was in I forgot Jackie Chan's movie. She's in like everything. She's in so much. You can't even touch her now. She has so much going on. And so I say to you, like, definitely you can work on getting your accent a little less, but never think like what I said to her in that part, like, I'm from Brooklyn. You could hear it, right? Like you hear that I'm from Brooklyn. She will likely never get to like that Brooklyn sound the way that I needed that character to get to. Meanwhile, the person who booked that was Cynthia Carmona, who's now in The Tax Collector. She's the lead in The Tax Collector. She was in Greenhouse Academy, and she went on and on and on. And this was just a girl who did a little web series, but it gave her a nice role. and a nice reel material. And she's an incredible actress as well, Cynthia Carmona. So these are, you know, just keep going. I mean, you got a part right now in Miami. Definitely, I hope that they give you good real material. I would not hesitate to also record that video for yourself to have on Actors Access if you don't have real material, because that's something that like I would watch and say, okay, he's definitely someone who I could have into the studio, or these days just audition for something. You know, so that makes a big deal. So that was a great job. Thank you so much, Victor, for being brave, and everybody really for being here and being brave. Geneva and Selena and Isabella. You're getting applause if you don't see it. But thank you so
now
much.
you can hear it.
Yes. Thank you so much, and definitely be in touch, okay? Because I want to know what you're doing, and I want to see if you have any reel. If anybody has any real material, definitely hit me up. It's a small audience right now. I'll tell you my email address is exactly the name of my casting company, Del Valle Casting @gmail.com. So my last name, casting@gmail.com.
Cool.
And you reach me, send me like a little monologue, and I want to know who you are. And sometimes I'm working on something exactly right for you. Right now, I'm not. Right now, I'm working on, I'll tell you what I'm working on right now. Today, I cast a celebrity in something for a voiceover for Get Out the Vote. So that was what I cast today. And I'm also working on something for tomorrow that has to be delivered for a bunch of different roles for a voiceover commercial. And I'm also working on casting someone who is a person with disabilities. And I'm glad that I said that correctly, because I had to correct myself, because originally when I put the casting out, I thought the proper term was a person with special needs. And someone said to me, the proper term is a person with disabilities. So those are the things that I'm working on right now. But like that voiceover job, I just got it today. So I never know what's going to happen tomorrow and or the next day. So definitely keep in touch, submit yourself, and don't give up. Like, just keep going.
When are you doing this again?
You know what? I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. But I don't mind doing it. I really love actors, and I love seeing work, and you know, any questions that people have, I love to answer them.
This was great.
Oh no, we're not done yet, because now we have Selena.
Oh, cool. All right.
Elaine, can you repeat? I'm sorry.
Yes.
Can you repeat your email just really quick?
You see my name on the chat.
Elaine Del Valle.
Yeah. So Del Valle Casting, because I'm a casting director. Del Valle Casting @gmail.com.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Yeah. You're welcome. All right, Selena. Spotlighting Selena's video, and you have to unmute. Perfect. Yes. Okay, Sal, I'm just going to mute you so that we have.
Oh, I will. Yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. All right, great. All right, Selena, are you ready? Tell me. You know, a wonderful actress, Samantha Lopez, that was in my movie Me 3.769, that's on HBO Max right now. She actually, during a scene, I said, "Are you ready?" And she said, "I was born ready." And it was like such a great moment for me to hear her saying that. So that's another thing. When you are acting, when you're on set, show up, be ready, have your lines, be on time, all of those little things. Because the thing about acting, you know, I've been an actress, so I understand it. You walk in, you're so happy to have the part. You look forward to doing it. And then now, as a producer, director, casting director, I so understand that there's so much work that goes into making anything, making a film, making a commercial, making anything. There's so many parts: the location, the contracts, this. You got to please the clients. You got to do the casting. You got to get everybody involved there. There's so much that goes into it that the actor, like, we're not even thinking about them a lot of the time, because there's just so much to get done. So you show up to do your job, and at the end of the day, the only thing that's going to be on screen to represent everybody else's work is what? The actor. delivering their thing. So they are the biggest thing about it, and yet they're not the biggest thing about it. So it's a good thing to be like, you know, it's a very humbling experience to be behind the scenes and in front of the scenes as well, because you really get a chance to understand the value of an actor and then the value of them just showing up, being there to do their job. And that's that. Okay. So Selena, tell me, what monologue are you doing today?
My monologue is from Wreck-It Ralph, the first movie.
Oh, not the second one. I love the second one. I'm just kidding. So Wreck-It Ralph, the first movie. And tell me, where are you based? In New York, in Miami, where are you based?
New York,
New York. Okay, great. And have you ever acted professionally?
I was a background character in The Flight Attendant, which will be on HBO Max.
All right, great. So you know what? Background work, there's no shame in it. There used to be a long time ago that people would say, oh, don't tell anybody that you do background work. Don't tell anybody. Well, I got news for you. I used to do background work and a lot of background work. And I personally got upgraded more than once. I got upgraded 1, 2, 3, 4 times that I can remember just off the top of my head. So an upgrade is when they make you into a principal, and that, you know, that's life altering. And even when you're doing background work, you are in the environment and you can see everything going on. And if you pay attention to what's going on, you're going to see all of these nuts and bolts that go into movie making. It's going to give you a deep respect for the process. Okay, so I'm glad that you're doing the background work, and let's work on getting you the principal work, okay, which you can definitely do. So your monologue is from Wreck-It Ralph. Are you ready to go? All right, great. All right, so here is Selena doing Wreck-It Ralph.
My name's Ralph, and I'm a bad guy. Let's see. I'm 9 feet tall. I weigh 643 pounds. Got a little bit of temper on me. My passion bubble's very near the surface, I guess. Not gonna lie. Anywho, what else? I'm a wrecker. I wreck things professionally. I mean, I'm very good at what I do. Probably the best I know. The thing is, fixing is the name of the game. Literally, Fix It Felix Jr. So, yeah. Naturally, the guy with the name Fix It Felix is the good guy. He's nice enough, as good guys go. Definitely fixes stuff really well. But, if you got a magic hammer from your father, how hard can it be? If he was a regular contractor carpenter guy, I guarantee you he would not be able to fix the damage that I do as quickly. When Felix does a good job, he gets a medal. But are there medals for wrecking stuff really well? To that I say, ha! And no, there aren't. 30 years I've been doing this, and I've seen a lot of other games come and go. Kinda sad. Look, a steady arcade gig is nothing to sneeze at. I'm very lucky. It's just, I gotta say, it becomes kinda hard to love your job when no one seems to like you for doing this. I don't know. Maybe I wouldn't be feeling this way if things were different after work. But it is what it is. Felix and the Nicelanders go hang out on their homes, which he just fixed, and everyone, you know, they go to their homes, I go to mine, which happens to be the dump. And when I say dump, I don't mean a shabby place. I mean an actual dump, where all the garbage goes and a bunch of bricks and smashed building parts. That's what I call home. I guess I can't belly it too much. I got my bricks. I got my stomp. It looks uncomfortable. It's actually fine. I'm good. But if I'm really honest with myself, I see Felix up there getting patted on the back, people thanking him, giving him pie, so happy to see him all the time. Sometimes I think, man, sure must be nice being the good guy.
Nice. Okay, good. So first of all, you have a very innate talent, like you have good timing. I could say there were moments, like for you as a kid, there were moments I could see you have raw talent. Okay. And it's hard to find it. How old are you?
9.
You're 9. Your sister was 7, right? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, great. All right. Yeah. Yeah. So it's nice to see a nice innate talent, and we definitely need you in this industry. Did you audition for me for the part of in the Pipeline animated series?
No, that was my sister.
You should have auditioned for that as well. Definitely. And I'm casting that, like that's a series. So we're only up to we're only casting I just finished casting the 11th episode, and we're going to be casting a lot more. So definitely make sure that your mom puts you on Actors Access, because I put them out there, and I want you to reach out to me specifically if something matches. And it's not like I'm going to forget you. I'll remember you, but remember, like I'm getting inundated with people submitting, and I won't remember at that moment because I'll have too much to do. So I'll need you to remind me to say, hey, remember me? I did this thing. And then we'll get you into audition for that as well. Okay. Because you would be very great in that series. Okay. Now can I see Isabella again in Spotlight? Let me see you and put you in Spotlight, because I want you to do some of that again. No, I'm sorry. I mean, Selena. Sorry. Sorry, I'm just looking at the names on there. So Selena, in the beginning, you said, and I missed the word. Now, I didn't know if it was, I'm a what?
Bad guy.
Oh, okay. So I missed that word. I missed that. And that was very important to it. But there were a lot of moments in there, like I feel like you could definitely build on that, because I saw moments that were really good and then moments that were just okay. And we want to build it so all of it is really good, right? Because this is the truth about casting, and not every casting director will tell you this. I see a lot of self-tapes. I ask people for self-tapes. A lot of people are cast from the self-tapes, and you can be, just imagine that I have so many to look through, right? So if you're not good right away in the first minute, I feel like I'm wasting my time. Let me go to the next person. I can't give you up to minute 2 to get great. You see, so you have to, especially when you're self-taping, people, if you're self-taping, make sure that especially your opening moments are fantastic, because then they're going to keep watching. They'll forgive a second or third minute that's not working as well, but your first minute has to be really good. Otherwise, I'm going to skip. I'm going to skip to the next person. I don't have the time to devote to everyone that's not doing the most solid job, because there are actors that are going to deliver pure, solid jobs all the time. And those are the ones that I have to recommend, right? So let's do that beginning again. Take your time, think about the lines, and then, you're going to work on it some more, where you're going to find, like, I'm a, whatever, what'd you say? I'm a wrecker? I'm a bad guy.
Bad guy, okay.
Right. So don't just say I'm a bad guy, right? I'm a bad guy. You see how, like, that really landed? And that's the first thing that he says about himself, right? Choose things that will land and make them land. Okay? So like me, I'm a bad guy. You see how, like, you waited to hear that more? Okay, and do me a favor, before you say bad guy, swallow. Just swallow. That will remind you of a timing to wait. And that's like one of the biggest things when I'm directing someone, especially children. People say, oh my God, what an amazing performance from that child. Oh my God. Yes, it was an amazing performance, but they didn't hear, because they're hearing the sound that we put in the movie. What's happening behind is me as a director. I'm saying, Swallow. Okay, now look down. Now look up. So those are the directions. I'm giving them the directions because I know what the camera sees and what every single thing that you do portrays to camera. So actors must self-record all the time, even if they don't have an audition, self-record all the time so that you know yourself and know what you are delivering to that camera. Because that's going to be unique for everybody. Okay, so let's go back to Selena. Selena. Selena, let's do that again. Especially the I'll probably stop you midway, but just keep going until I stop you, okay? Because I want to see it again. Remember, swallow before you say I'm a bad guy, right? And actually, come a little bit. You're sitting, right?
Yes.
Bring the chair a little bit closer to camera. Even a little bit more, There we go. Yeah. You see how she's going to fill the frame right now? That's really important to your audition. You know, the way that you fill the frame, if you're back here, it's a little lost. I want to see you and fill the frame. And after Selena, I'm going to show you one of the girls who booked the leading role in my film, in my latest film, Princess Cut. I'm going to show you her monologue because I want everybody to see it because it's just so special. And she wrote that. So, okay, Selena, let us, all right, you ready?
Yes.
Okay, let's hear it.
My name's Ralph, and I'm a bad guy.
Wait, go back. Remember, my name's Ralph and I'm Swallow. Think about it and then lean into that. Lean into the moment. A bad guy. Okay, let's see what that looks like.
My name's Ralph, and I'm a bad guy.
Hold on, let's do that again, right? So you went bad guy. Don't lose it. Those are big words. And I'm a bad guy. Those are big words. Let's hear it. You ready?
My name's Ralph, and I'm a bad guy. Let's see. I'm 9 feet tall. I weigh 643 pounds. Got a little bit of temper on me. My passion bubble's very near the surface, I guess. Not gonna lie. Anywho, what else? I'm a wrecker. I wreck things professionally. I mean, I'm very good at what I do. Probably the best I know. The thing is, fixing is the name of the game. Literally, Fix It Felix Jr. So, yeah. Naturally, the guy with the name Fix It Felix is the good guy. He's nice enough, as good guys go. Definitely fixes stuff really well. But, if you got a magic hammer from your father, how hard can it be? If he was a regular contractor carpenter guy, I guarantee you, he would not be able to fix the damage that I do as quickly.
Okay, good. Okay, stop. Okay, great. I'm going to tell you to do one more line, okay? You're going to do the line where you say, I'm a wrecker, right? The line is, I'm a wrecker, and then what's the next line? I know it's hard that way to remember it.
I wreck things professionally.
Okay, right. So this is the line, right? I'm a wrecker, I wreck things professionally. So I want you to say that line, I'm a wrecker, as if somebody on the other side of this camera, as if I say, what's a wrecker? Like, a wrecker? I want you to imagine that someone just didn't even understand what a wrecker is, right? Because it's going to make you say it differently, right? If you say, I'm a wrecker, I wreck things professionally, right? That's not, I'll tell you, like in my play, I was like, oh, my father takes us to a rumba. Oh, a rumba? Oh, a rumba? A rumba is when a bunch of Puerto Ricans get together and we have ourselves an acoustic jam right outside, Joe. Right? So that, when I said that word, I'm a wrecker. People don't know what a wrecker is. You have to say to yourself, let me find the moment. And the moment might be that people have no idea what a wrecker is. And the reason why you're saying that next line is to tell them what it is. Me, I'm a wrecker. I wreck things for a living. Let them know. Answer it. Answer the question. So let's see you do that. Let me put you on spotlight again.
Just from like I'm a wrecker?
Yeah, I'm a wrecker.
I'm a wrecker. I wreck things professionally.
All right, say it again like I'm saying to you. I'm going to actually wait for me to ask the question, okay? All right, you ready? So just say I'm a wrecker.
I'm a wrecker.
What do you mean a wrecker? I never heard of that. What?
I wreck things professionally.
Good. So that's, actors, when they do lines, a lot of the times they write in between, like, what's the intention? What's that line? Like, what can I find there? And that was just the moment that you found. All right. So let's do the monologue from the beginning up until that moment. Okay. I know it's just the beginning. So just do it from the moment. Make sure that you swallow and then lean into it with the bad guy. Okay. All right. You ready?
Mm-hmm. My name's Ralph, and I'm a bad guy. Let's see. I'm 9 feet tall. I weigh 643 pounds. Got a little bit of temper on me. My passion bubble's very near the surface, I guess. Not gonna lie. Anywho, what else? I'm a wrecker. I wreck things professionally.
Nice. Okay, good. That was like so good, and really, really, like, I could see the difference already. So I bet that if you think about the script in that way, the next time you perform that, you're going to find all these levels. It's going to be easier to remember it. And you did a great job by remembering it. Like, kids remembering things, it always amazes me when they remember things. So bravo to you. That was outstanding. And I really want to see more of you, Selena, because we need more of you, and more of Geneva, and more of Victor, and more of Isabella. We definitely need more of you in this industry. Trust me, I'm telling you. So now, guys, I want to share with you a monologue. And everybody, we're going to have to mute for this because the monologue is a little low, but I want you to pay attention to this actress. It's just a 2.5-minute monologue. This woman got the lead in my latest film, Princess Cut. Her name is Lauren Lavera, and she actually posted this on Instagram. And I was like, wow, I'm about to do a monologue event. Can I use that monologue to show people, like, the moments, the silence, the moments, how close you should be, how the background should be completely clear, and what happens with the right monologue. Okay, so I'm going to share my screen right now. And we're going to watch Lauren Lavera perform this fantastic monologue that she wrote.
I kept wanting to ask you what you thought. What kind of person leaves someone to go to Mars forever and never come back? I guess I do. I just wanted to. The possibility of it, to think how much further I could go. I kept wanting to ask you what you thought, but I already knew. And I knew you would never stop loving me unless I made you. So, Tater, I say this sincerely and with my whole heart. Stop it. Hate me as much as you used to love me. And I hope that that hatred makes you change everything. But I know you. And I know that it won't. Because I don't hate you either. I love you. Right down to the deepest, warmest pit of myself.
So that was a monologue that she wrote herself. Yeah, that was really cool. But look, it's not because she cried. Because in acting, the last thing you want to see is an actor trying to cry or crying because of the sake of crying. Because when we cry, we're not trying to cry. I don't say, oh my God, I want to cry, right? And I start crying and, oh, I'm going to cry some more. No, it's like when I'm crying, it's like, I don't want to cry. So it's trying to stop myself from crying that actually makes it better. So I don't want you to think it was because of the crying that made that's so special. It was the quiet moments that you were able to lean into. The fact that there was nothing behind her distracting us from the performance. She was well lit. She was really close up. So we were able to really be in her emotions. And believe it or not, the closer you are to camera, you have to almost not have any facial things going on. I always say to actors, like, stand still. It's going to happen. Like, you can't rehearse this movement. It's got to be that the emotion makes you do that, not that you're rehearsing that movement. So like, I felt like she was so still that we couldn't help but see every movement. And I just thought it was really special, that thing, when I saw it online. And she's a great actress. So look, we're all learning. We're always learning. Everything that we do in life is learning. We learn more from our setbacks than we learn from our successes. So I highly recommend that everybody just realize that. And whenever you're feeling like not so great, realize that this is a moment of learning for yourself, and you will get through this and move on to something better, and feeling better. And the jobs, like the acting jobs, they may not be around right now, but they are around. And the best thing that you could do for yourself is just keep working at it. Take classes, do your thing. But all of you did amazing jobs. Thank you so much for doing it, because look, it's hard. You're putting yourself out there right now. You're live. People are watching you. You don't want to be judged, but it's the brave man that goes into the ring, and the people outside judging them, they can say anything that they want, but they're not in the ring. There's like a saying out there, find it, because it's a great saying, but it's like the brave man is in the ring. Everybody out there judging that man that's in the ring, who's doing the fight, who's fighting the good fight, they don't have any reason to be judging him, because they're not in there. They're just watching. So I know a lot of casting directors start as actors, and I think those are the best casting directors, because they know what it's like to be vulnerable, and how much an actor puts into it. But being that I came from acting, and I still act, but being that I came from acting, I'm especially sensitive to a couple of things. Number one, the actor's vulnerability. But number two, if you don't do at least as much as I did, like I expect something from you because I worked really hard at it. And I expect people to respect the craft. Don't come in there and think that you're going to slay, because it's very rare that that happens. And even if it does happen, it won't be consistent. And the only thing that will make for good consistency is the training that you have behind you to make people know that you're going to show up, you're going to be there, you're going to do your job, you're going to know your lines. Even if it's a bad day, you're going to get through it because you have the craft behind you that will be supporting you 100% of the time. And people say, what do I look for? Do I look on a resume? What do I look for? First, I'm not looking at resumes right away, right? I'm looking at, does this match what the role is intended for? What my client needs? And even if it doesn't, sometimes I'll see something in the person and be like, you know what? I think that might work. I want to give them something different, something unexpected. But I'm not just doing it because it's unexpected. I'm doing it because they're good and it's unexpected. And then that's when the client like lights up like, ooh. And then they start thinking like, oh, I never thought of that. That's so good. And it becomes like something even better. But definitely, guys, I applaud you all for being here, for the bravery of putting yourself out there. I love your chosen material, each of you. Victor had a great monologue for himself. Isabella did something that she believed in. Selena had a great monologue for herself. Selena, I would love for you to work on that monologue some more. And don't be afraid to change it to feminine. I don't know where that came from, right? Wreck-It Ralph, you know, I'm Wreck-It Raffaella, you know, and all of a sudden it's something else, and it's something else for you, and it's something else for the audience, and nobody's going to know. And Geneva, I remember during your last thing where you were like, okay, I'm sorry, let me start again. I'm sorry, let me start again. There's one thing that my director, Pamela Mola-Karaman, taught me on my play. I was like, oh no, I messed that part up. And she said to me, no, nobody knows that you messed up except for you. So just keep going. And then, but then there's another area where I say, the audition is your time. You put into that. So as long as it takes, you know, the casting director in person is not gonna be there all the time to say, okay, try again. Take it upon yourself and just say, you know, I'm just gonna start that again. Don't ask for permission. I'm just gonna start that again. Take a moment, take it in, and go for it. But there's something that each of you did that was really special. And that was, you took direction. I gave a direction, you took direction. And a lot of the times the actor can come in and do the best job, like the best, like I can't even, it's exactly what I wanted, exactly. But as a casting director, I'll say, you know, can you try it this way? Not because I want it that way, because I want to see that they can take a direction. And that's really important. So I say to actors, take improvisational classes, UCB, the Pit, wherever you are. I'm sure that there are improv classes, even virtual online, because those improv classes teach you how to think on your feet. You cannot rehearse for an improv show. You have to think on your feet. And that really helps you as an actor to feel confident that whatever happens, you'll be okay. So definitely improv classes, definitely the craft, but you all did an amazing job today and you should all be really, really proud. And I said today that I was gonna make a big announcement. So I'm gonna say the big announcement that everybody, I think a lot of people know that I have a play called Brownsville Bred. I made it into a book. It's called Brownsville Bred, Dreaming Out Loud. It just won a book award, most inspirational young adult book from the International Latino Book Awards, but that's not even the announcement. So the announcement is that you guys know I'm a filmmaker, I'm a director. I want to put my stories to film more than anything else. And so I just received a grant from the Sundance Institute in support of my film of making Brownsville Bread into a film. The first act, it's called Transcending History. And really that's what the book is about, is like we all have to transcend, or at least I had to transcend my own history. And we can't let our past or, where we're from, let people judge us. Like we are in charge of who we become, not our past. So anyway, so that was the big announcement tonight, and I got to share with all of you, and I'm really excited. This is my second grant from Sundance, and I'm casting it right now. And I'm trying to find a person with disabilities to play the aunt character to young Elaine in the opening scene. And yeah, so that was the announcement, and I'm really happy to do it. So this is it for this evening, guys. It's 9:26. We filled up an hour and a half. I want to thank you so much, all of you, for your bravery. Please be in touch. And because each of you performed a monologue, if there's any question at all that you guys want to ask me, like, I'm available. I said what my email address is. Ask me any question. Ask me a question. I will answer your question. And, don't just, not any question. Like if it's a real question, you want to know something, anything at all, you let me know. And if we have 4 minutes, anybody have any questions? I'll take questions now. Okay, Selena has a question. Go ahead. Unmute Selena.
So when you said that we should that I should practice the monologue, should we practice it so that it could go on casting network?
Yeah, definitely. Film yourself and put something on casting networks. Because here's the thing that people don't know about Actors Access and casting networks. Sometimes the people who come to the top of the casting director's vision are the people with tape. So if you have any tape, even if it's an introduction, hi, my name is Elaine del Valle, that introduction tells me more about you than the picture does, because then I get a sense of you, even if it's just a slate. And you have no idea how many times I'm casting and I don't have time, and the client says to me, I just want the pictures. No, you do not, because you don't know what they really look like and what the feeling is, and that could look totally different. You need to have a sense of them. So a lot of the times, if the actor has an actor slate, that's great. And if the actor has anything at all, that's a good piece of tape. So if you're putting on a monologue, you better make sure that that monologue is great, because sometimes I want to see an actor and then I click on their tape and they just talk me out of it. Your tape can talk people out of seeing you. So better to have just a slate that says, hi, my name is Geneva Williams, than to have anything that's going to make you look bad. And there are things that make us not look great because of whatever reason. Maybe the directing, maybe the cinematography, maybe the sound was bad in the film, or whatever it is. Like, there are things that are going to hurt us more than help us. So we have to, you don't have to have anything on your stuff. Choose something good, even if it's just a slate that says your name, or a full on monologue, like the monologues that you guys just did. But keep practicing and keep filming yourself, and find every single moment in those monologues, and it's going to be something. Make sure you have a plain background. Selena and Isabella, I know you have all those bricks, but try just a plain white wall like Victor has right now, or like that girl had with a green wall. That really helps, because you don't want anything distracting from your performance, right? Anybody else have any more questions? We have a minute.
Oh,
Geneva.
Well, real quick. So for the demo reel, is it like a whole bunch of our videos like all together you want to see? Or
no,
just...
one at a time.
Okay.
One at a time. So make them in clips. I know for Actors Access, I think they charge $11 a minute or something like that for what you put up. But then it's always up there. So just one at a time, because people don't have all that time. If it's a comedy reel, and then you get to choose If you go into the platform and you submit yourself, you get to choose which video you submit with. So if it's a dramatic role, you could choose that. If it's a comedy role, you could choose that. If it's just a slate, you can choose that. But make sure that you have something, because anybody with any amount of tape, even if it's just a slate, you're going to climb the list in the order of appearance that the casting director see you. Okay? Victor, you have a question?
Yes, Elaine, really quick. How do you see right now with all this situation, COVID, is going to be the casting? There are no physical casting right now. Everything is going to be online.
Right. Well, I've been doing virtual for about 4 years now. So I'm super prepared for this COVID. Nothing changed for me, because I've actually been convincing my clients for 4 years now that the better way to go is virtual. Let people send in the auditions, because those auditions, the actors sending them in have seen them, done it once, twice, 3 times, 4 times, chose what they want me to see, and that's the best representation of them. So I better have a better tape than normal, because you have spent your time doing it, and you should spend enough time. So that's number one. Number two, with the virtual, look, if I see people in a studio, I used to see people in studio all the time. I could see at the most 80, maybe even 100 people a day. 100 people a day, I got to give them all 5 minutes. They have to introduce themselves. They have to do their thing. I have to make them feel good about themselves. and then they walk out and goodbye, thank you. All of that takes time. And if you were listening earlier, what I said was, in the virtual casting, when you send me a tape, if you're not great in the first minute, I could skip. So while I could see 80 people in a day in a studio, I could probably see 500 in a day on tape. Especially if there's a lot of bad ones. I'll be like, skip, right? So don't give me any reason to skip. Make me stay captivated. And that whole time, and you have the ability to judge it, because you can watch it before you upload it. This is not a live virtual. It's something else. But I think this is an enormous advantage for actors to be able to watch what they deliver. Because not only are they delivering what they want to deliver, but they're learning from watching themselves what that moment is projecting. And definitely try not to use your hands. Try to be still in those moments and let whatever motion you're creating, whatever happens in your body, it's happening organically. Like me right now, talking right now, this is happening organically. It's like I want to do, when I'm acting, I try to be completely still so that everything that happens is happening. People can focus on my emotion emerging from my soul, from my heart, from my eyes, from my voice, from what's happening. Those things are planned and not planned. At some point, they are going to emerge on their own. So make those very strong choices, and definitely just show up and keep doing it. But you guys, each and every one of you was very unique. Look at the diversity that we have here. Look how unique. Look at the things. Think about what Geneva would be cast in, what Victor would be cast in, what Isabella and Selena would be cast in. Those are, we need this. This is real. This represents the vast, this is our population. And we need that. We don't need actors to look all polished and beautiful and wonderful. We don't need that. We need people who are real. And all of you today showed that, that level of like raw, real person. Like, okay, this is someone who's going to be so interesting on camera. It's beautiful and interesting. So yeah, so that's it for today, guys. I think we had a successful event. Any more questions? I don't want to leave you guys with any questions. Okay,
Just
go ahead.
really quick. Can you do you prefer that the actor take risk in with a wardrobe when you are making a?
No, actually. So definitely dress the part, but like if it's a doctor role, don't come in with a doctor thing. You know, you can wear a blue shirt that makes you feel like a doctor, or a white shirt that makes you feel like a doctor. But like what you wore tonight, Victor, I was actually going to say that. What you wore tonight, that distracted from your performance.
Okay.
I'm saying, why is he wearing a scarf and a hat? And then after listening to the monologue, I couldn't even understand why either. I mean, I know now that you were in the hospital, maybe it was cold in the hospital, but unless I saw a hospital gown afterward, it didn't matter. Right? Now I'm seeing you with a clear background. You know, I always say, just you're the star, not your outfit.
Okay.
Okay? In a one-woman show, I always wore the same thing every night, a black shirt and jeans and black boots, because I didn't want anything distracting from the performance. I just wanted them to see me. Okay? So yeah, so that was a good question. Anything else? Anything else before I go back to my husband and my dog tonight? Okay, great. Thank you all so much for joining us. I really appreciate it. And yeah, you guys have a wonderful night, okay?
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Keep in touch with me.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.